No, I did not spray any catnip. She's just acting silly today. What are you doing? Put that back down there. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the live stream. Tuesday again. Wow. Um, I've been kind of AWOL the last several days. I've had a cold. I apologize in advance. Actually, it's sounding a little bit better. But yeah, I've got a cold that I'm just getting over. I haven't made a video since last Wednesday, and that was not a regular video. That was to announce the mentorship program. So kind of an ad video, not a real video. But I just got back in from filming outside. In fact, what you just saw, that winter scene, that's going on right now outside. I can't believe it. We hardly ever get snow in March, let alone April. And yesterday was a beautiful day, and today it's snowing. But I think by tomorrow or the next day, certainly it'll all be gone. Beautiful, beautiful outside. So yeah, I went outside and I made a walk and talk video on the trail in the snow. And we're going to edit that together today. How does that sound? I haven't done that in a little while, so I can demonstrate to you guys how I edit my videos. Am I screaming? Can you guys hear me? That winter scene is today. Yes, Sophia, that's right now. Like literally less than an hour ago, I got back inside and I got in here a half an hour ago and airdropped that video to my computer, and I used the beginning and to make a new intro for this live stream. So that was literally an hour ago. And it's still doing that. It's still snowing. Sound is good. Thank you. All in check. Yeah, so what's new? Who's here? What do we got? 75 people in here already. Awesome. Thank you guys for stopping in. Hope you're ready to learn some stuff today. I'm going to, as I say, I'm going to demonstrate how I edit a video. Don't know how far into it we'll get. Probably most of the way through. It's not going to be that difficult. I had a few false starts like I usually do. Actually, yeah, I think I stopped the video twice. So it's the third video that I made that we'll be working with. Yeah, and any other questions you guys have while I do that, I'll be happy to answer them. I'm going to start like I usually do with just going through the chat and answering any questions. And let's put a limit of, say, 15 to 20 minutes of that on before I get into the video editing. Before I get into that, though, I'll just remind you that if anybody is interested in coaching at all, I offer one-on-one coaching, and there's a link in the description down below where you can sign up and we can have a one-on-one Zoom call. I can help you with whatever questions you have. I'm loving the coaching calls. I've been doing that since November of last year. It was kind of new to me then, but it's been a lot of fun. So if you're interested in that, that's available. Other than that, I've got some free tools down below. If you're new here, you may not know about them, but I've got a free stats tracker you can download. You can sign up for Creators Cove, which is a free community you can join. And what is the other thing? A checklist or a guide, YouTube Over 40 Starter Guide. If you want to download that, you can. It's like an 11-page PDF I made 8 months ago, I think, but it still applies. Yeah, so you're welcome to those. Of course, your email address will get put on my mailing list if you do that, but if you're already on the mailing list, you probably know I hardly send out any emails. It's only when I come out with a new course or something new to announce. I don't have a regular newsletter or anything like that. Maybe someday I will do that, but I hate getting newsletters myself in the email, so that's why I try not to send them to you guys. So there you go. Yeah, I just noticed a second act retired life. Hello, new to your live. Who else is new to the live stream? Let me know. We get new people every week. That's awesome. Love that about this. And just as an aside here, anybody who is considering starting your own YouTube channel, or maybe if you've already started and you're just looking for ways to level it up, do live streams. Do live streams. They are awesome. I have a lot of fun with them. A year ago when I did I kind of restarted my channel last March 2024, I got 4 people to my first one, and then from then on, I did a live stream every week. My second one, I think I had 7 people, and it grew from there. And now we're getting over 100 people usually. It's a lot of fun. It adds a lot of watch hours to your channel, which you need to get monetized. And it's the easiest video you'll ever make. You just talk to the camera. As soon as you end the live stream, that video is a video on demand on your channel, and you can, people can watch it, and you didn't have to edit it. It's done. Excuse me. So, yeah, I'm going to take a quick drink here. Going to try to have more drink breaks today just because my throat is a little bit still under the weather. So who do we got here? Who is here? And if you have any questions, make sure you put a QQQ in front of it, and you can ask the questions in the chat. That way it'll lessen the chance that I'll miss some. Yeah, I don't usually get to all the questions in these live streams, but I do as many as I can. And where are you watching from? Always love to know that. We've got Leslie Darling. Good morning, Leslie. Howdy, Alan. Prodigal Aquarist, and good evening. You must be further east of here. James Duncan is here. Hippie Crystal Tribe, good morning. Hello, Lori. How you doing? Good to see you. Nurse Mary Lou, how you doing? Mary Lou, how you doing? And I'm not going to click on everyone. I'm just, it looks like I got a question here. The Dirt Princess, hi Rob, will you talk about privacy? I have a strong desire for a channel, but I'm also an intensely private person, though I used to be an entertainer, wondering about balance and how to manage it. I do have some thoughts on that. So, first of all, YouTube is a public domain, okay? So know that. Right? When you're making videos, anybody can see them, especially if you want to grow a channel. You don't want everything to be private or unlisted. If you ever wanted to make a video that you don't want other people to find, then you post it as unlisted, okay? Then it cannot be found in search. The only way people can watch an unlisted video is if you copy the link to the video and send it to people. Then they can watch it. Or private, you can private a video, then only you or anybody who can log into your YouTube or people that you allow access to it can watch private videos. That's it. But public, if it's public, then it's searchable. Anybody can find it. So know that. The other thing, something that a lot of people are concerned about is if people they know find them on YouTube, and they don't want people they know to find them on YouTube. That's always a risk, but it's depending on what you're talking about. Like if you're talking about something general that doesn't pin you down to your location where you live, then it becomes much harder for people to just accidentally find you, because there's literally billions of people on YouTube. Okay, so even a small fraction of that is still millions, right? The chances of people finding you is very low unless they have, they're interested in the exact same things you're making videos about. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, of course, if you're making videos on, the best places to eat in your hometown, right, then people in your hometown may find you. So there's things like that. And then other things to consider, like if you're making videos outside where your house is visible, maybe you want to make sure you don't capture the house number, like your address, or street signs. Maybe you don't want those shown if you're making videos near your house and you don't want to be found that way. So there's some things to think about in that respect. Or you can go elsewhere and go for a walk and make videos outside. Or typically if you make videos inside, people won't be able to tell where you are anyways. So there's that. I typically tell people not to tell, or don't go out of your way to tell people and family members about your channel, and just because people usually tell people in the hopes that they'll watch and then that'll boost their numbers, but it doesn't work that way at all. In fact, it'll probably hurt you, and I made a video about that that's still doing well in January, why I don't think you should tell family members or people about your YouTube. Don't tell anybody about your YouTube channel. Just let YouTube find your audience for you is the best way to grow. And then they meaning YouTube will find the right audience for you organically, and the chances of any of them knowing you personally is very small, very remote. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that, but I'm not that concerned about the whole privacy thing. Another thing is kids. If you have young kids, maybe you don't want to show their faces in the videos. things like that you might want to be aware of when you're making videos. So yeah, I guess that's. I hope that helped answer your question. You're right. It is a balancing act, I guess, and it depends on your tolerance. How much you want to be able to handle. So, anyways, I hope that helps. What's this? Wait till Friday. Is that about the weather? 6 p.m. here in Sofia. I hope this isn't sticking around till Friday. This snow. The peanut cam. Yeah, I had the peanut. Where's Peanut now? She's back on the. Oh no, she's in her bed now. Let's go. Maybe I'll just reposition the Peanut cam there, so we can check in on her every once in a while. Alrighty. So who else is here? Must be Tuesday. Yes, it is. Good evening from Sweden. Hello. Oh my God, the kitty. She's the star of the show, not me. Good evening from Wales. No, I did not, James. I did not use any catnip. It's because she's so young. A young 13, I guess. Hi, Rob. Robin from Follow the Sun Tarot, but changed my channel name to Follow the Sun Journey, as not to confuse watchers. My channel is about my journey. Cool. Very good. Only Vans Guru is here. Sunny Wales. Awesome. Very good. I've even started going live daily as I travel around this stunning country, sharing my van life and passion for wild swimming. Thanks for all your thoughts. Awesome. That's cool. It sounds like a good idea. Very good. Lauren's Self-Love Studio. Hello, Lauren. Good to see you. Currently working on my thumbnails. If only they'd get more clicks, so my content actually will help people. Yeah, that's part of the game, isn't it? Thumbnail plus title. The two of them work together to get the click. So try to, when you're coming up with a title, try to put some text in the thumbnail that complements the title. Don't duplicate the title text in your thumbnail, if that makes sense, because that becomes redundant. So yeah, there you go. How did all your live streams? Oh, I think you're talking about somebody else, because somebody else mentioned they're going live. Very good. I'm jumping in the middle of someone else's chat here. That's that winter scene is today. Yes. Same there. Glad you are some better. I'm some better. I'm a little better. Yeah. No, it kind of knocked me out a little bit. California Central Valley, new over 40 class member here. Welcome, Terry. Welcome. The sound is good. Okay, now I know where I'm at. All right. Just scrolling, looking for some questions. So again, in another 5 or 10 minutes or so, I'm going to get into the video I just recorded, and I can show you how to edit it. But I'm just looking for some questions. Someone else is new. Hello, Hyperfocus, new member. Watching from your van. Greg from Sedona. I love Sedona. Sedona's beautiful. I'll never forget the first time I was at a football game in Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona. 10, 12, 15 years ago. And we left that night and drove north because we were going to go to the Grand Canyon, and stopped at a hotel halfway, I guess. It was dark. Didn't see anything. And then woke up the next morning. It was Sedona, but I woke up the next morning and the red rocks and the sun on them. Oh my Lord, I had no idea where we were or what it looked like. It does not look, that's not what Phoenix looked like. It was beautiful. Never forget that. Melbourne, first timer. Awesome. Welcome, Truth Seeker. Free Soul Raymond, new and thinking of building a channel. Awesome. You can do it. All right, just going to scroll down through. Oh, here, did I see a queue here? Here's a queue. What live streaming software do you use? I use Ecamm Live. It's only available for a Mac, so I'm streaming from my MacBook. So my MacBook is powering this streaming software, the editing software you're about to see, and a bunch of other things. So it's able to run all this. I love my MacBook. It's the M1 Max chip, so it's about 4 years old now, I think, or 3 years. 3 years old to me, or 2. Yeah, it was already a year or so old when I got it. I got it new from Apple, but it was a model a year old, if that makes sense. But I love it. Still working great. You got 0 on your live stream yesterday, then 2 today. That's good. You're moving up. keep advertising your next one. At the end of a live stream, say, I'm going live again tomorrow. Be sure to subscribe. You'll get notified, and then I'll see you again tomorrow. Stuff like that is a good idea. Here we go. Ninth element, why do my uploaded videos not fill the whole screen? I don't know how to change this. A couple things. It depends on what screen you're watching them on, for one. So for example, my MacBook, the actual dimensions of the screen, I don't believe are exactly 16 by 9. So that's one thing. If you're on a regular monitor that has 16 by 9 or widescreen UHD, then and you're not getting that full screen, and might have something to do with the way you recorded your video. If you didn't record your video in 16 by 9, then it won't display that way. Okay, it might be to do with the way you edited your video. When you edit a video, you want to set your canvas size, your screen size, and before you render the video, before you edit and then render the video. So that could be it. I mean, because YouTube will accept videos of all different types of dimensions. Square, vertical, which would be shorts if they're less than 3 minutes. But if they're longer than 3 minutes and you shoot it in vertical, then you'll just have a vertical video with nothing on the sides. Some cameras allow you to record square. Some allow you to record 4 by 3, which is the old television size. So yeah, there's several different things you could look at. And in terms of how to change it, I don't believe you would be able to change it once you've uploaded it. You have to make that change before you upload it, okay? So I hope that helps. Stavros is not new. I know, I recognize your name. Very good. If you do want to do live streams, but you don't know what to talk about, how do you come up with anything? Well, the first place to look at is your own channel. So what do you talk about in your channel? And then think about, okay, if I have subscribers, they're here because I talk about certain things. What else would my subscribers like to hear from me? You can actually even work up towards a live, like maybe plan to do a live a month from now. And let's say you do a video every week. So now you've got 4 videos to kind of get ready for your first live. Start advertising at the end of your videos. Start saying, or even in the intro at the very beginning, just say, starting on whatever date, I'm going to be going live on Mondays at 1 o'clock, and I'm going to be here to talk about whatever you want me to talk about. Like I can, whatever your videos are about. So ask your audience, what would you like me to talk about in my video? If you really don't know what to talk about, but you could probably get some ideas from the videos you make. The way I started is, and maybe that was a bit easier because the videos I was making was how-to type videos, like how to do certain things in video editing. So I would have a demonstration ready. Like I would have an idea, okay, I'm going to demonstrate how to do something, and I'd have that ready to talk about in my live stream in case nobody showed up. And even if people did show up, they'd want to see me do this, right? So start advertising, start asking questions, asking your audience what they'd like to see from you, and then tell them when you're going to go live. And then you can start to build up some momentum before you even go live. So yeah, that's what I did. A little ad in my intro, like not even 10 seconds. And then I'd remind people at the end of all my videos. And at the time I was doing 3 videos a week. That's when I started this last March. And yeah, but I still only had 4 people show up to the first one. And if we go way back 3 or 2 years earlier, when I did my first ever live stream, before I took like a long break from YouTube, I don't believe anybody showed up. I think my son was there. That was it. Yeah, I just had a demonstration ready to talk about. But also keep in mind that when you do live streams, YouTube likes to promote them. So even if somebody's not subscribed to you, they may see that you're live. If they are similar to other people who are subscribed to you, similar in viewing habits, like the types of videos they like to watch, then YouTube may put a thumbnail of your live stream up for them, and they may click, and that's how you may get, brand new people into your live stream. That's how you can get brand new people into your channel. So yeah, so I hope that helps. Beautiful sunny in BC. Awesome. Like the technical advice. Need help. Very good. Oh, here's a question. Can I have 2 cameras with live stream using Ecamm, iPhone, and DJI Osmo Pocket 3? So I'm not familiar with how the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 connects to your computer. I'm assuming that it has a USB-C connection, perhaps, maybe an HDMI out. If so, then yeah, you can plug that into your computer for sure. Ecamm can handle as many cameras as your computer has inputs for them. Does that make sense? So what I'm doing here, I have this one camera plus my iPhone, which I can just press a button and there's my iPhone. Okay, they're both connected to Ecamm Live. iPhone with Ecamm on a Mac is fantastic because the Mac can use the iPhone as a wireless camera. Okay, it makes it super easy. So that one's easy. No wire needed. This camera here, the normal way to connect an DSLR camera like this would be with a cam link, HDMI out of the camera into a cam link, and that USB-C connects to your computer. Now, I don't have it done that way because I have what's called an ATEM Mini, which I can show you if I go to my phone. Where's my phone? Right there. That's the ATEM Mini that I have my camera plugged into. Okay, and that you can plug up to 4 cameras into that. All right, so with 4 cameras plugged into that, you can then switch between them by pressing the big numbers on that. Okay, so, but that's because I only have 1 camera plugged into my computer and I'm using all my other ports for my other monitors and stuff. So depending on the computer that you have and how many ports you have, that will dictate how many cameras you can plug into your computer. And yeah, if you don't have enough, then an ATEM Mini is a great choice. Plug 4 into that and then you can switch between them. Okay, so yeah, there you go. And I could create a scene where I have, you can create scenes where you're sharing your screen too, right? Like here, there, I'm sharing my screen. This scene has a screen share plus the camera of me, right? In a smaller form factor. So that's another scene I've created in Ecamm, and you can do that too. Okay, so why can't I upload videos? I don't know. That's too vague, I'm afraid. I don't know why you can't upload videos. You need the internet to upload videos. Sorry, you probably know that, but a little more info, maybe I could help. Let's see. UK, sunny afternoon here in Chile. Hi, Chile. Welcome. K Starry, hello, how you doing? DJ AI Mike, hey brother, how you doing? Marco Island, we've got people from all over the place. Okay, so let me share my screen. I'm going to share my screen. Let's talk about, oh, wait now, let's see. Sorry, one sec. Let's see how long my voice holds up today. All right, let's make a video. I just got back from outside. I went outside, I shot a video. It's about a time machine. YouTube time machine. That might be what the title is. I'm not sure yet. So where do I start? Let's start with a new project. Click new project. I'm going to shrink this up a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to bring another window down here. Let's see where my projects. Yeah. So this here is my Finder window. Okay, so similar, if you're on a PC, you have File Manager. Okay, on a Mac, it's called Finder. That's what this is. I usually have 2 of these open at any one time up on my main monitor, and I drag files from one to the other. That's how I just, it's like 2 windows into your computer folder system. So what I've done before I started here, I created this folder here, YouTube Time Machine. So I put today's date, actually no, that's tomorrow's date because that's when I'm going to post this video, assuming the editing goes okay. I don't know why it wouldn't. So let's double click in here. I then created a folder called Recordings, okay? Double click in here and we can see 3 movie files, 3 videos. These I airdropped from my iPhone to my MacBook. We're on my MacBook now. And then I copied them from my downloads folder into this folder. So here they are. Now, so 17, 18, 19. You can see how large they are. 4 gigs, 3 gigs, 5 gigs. They're all 4K videos, 4K 30 frames per second. So let's start by dropping them in. Let's start with 17. I'll just drag it down here. Okay. And I'm just going to, it looks a little bit clunky because I'm not sharing 2 screens, just one. So I usually have this window on another monitor and I drag from one monitor to the other. So there's that one. I know number 19, the third one is the good take, but I'm going to bring them all in. So 18, we'll drag that one down. Okay, and then 19, I'll drag that one down. Come on, there we go. Okay, now I'm going to get rid of this, put that back up on my other monitor. All right, so here we go. Now, I don't know why it records this top thing here is nothing. I can just delete it. I don't even know why that it brings in 2 different tracks, because the audio and video are on the same track. Okay, so I can delete both of these as well. So there we go. There's my video, or my videos. Okay, we can even put them together like this. Now, first thing I do, now I know, here, let's just play this a little bit.
Why I think you should start.
Okay, so if I were going to do bloopers, you know how I do bloopers sometimes at the end of my videos? I generally make those from all of the false starts that I have at the beginning. And in this particular video, actually, yeah, this particular video, I had a fair amount. These were all false starts, I remember. And everything I did here was all false starts. I didn't like any of them. And it wasn't until I got to, it looks like about here, that's my good take right there. So if I'm not going to do bloopers, all I have to do is find where I started my good take, my final good copy, and delete everything else. Okay, I don't usually do that at the very beginning because maybe there's a shot somewhere in the beginning that I like the look. I don't know, my face, or the background, everything. I like the scene, and maybe that might make a good thumbnail. So I don't throw it away completely right off the bat. Hiya, catch hen. I'm going to try to keep an eye on the chat as we go. I know I jumped ahead, and I know I've missed some questions, so I will go back and answer any questions. But now that I'm into the video editing, I will try to keep looking at the live chat. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me. Some cues would help. Would help me find it. All right, so what do I do first? Why is this? Okay, I'm going to close that up there. Well, first thing I should do is probably save this. So let's just go Control S. All right, and I want to save it in my projects, YouTube Time Machine, and then let's just call this YouTube Time Machine. That might be the title of the video, I'm not sure, but that'll save the main project file in that main folder. And just to show you, there it is. There's the file that just got saved. I'm using Camtasia. Sorry, for those who don't know, I forgot to mention that. But .cmproj, that's Camtasia for Mac project. That's how they do that. So anyways, everything will be saved in there. Now, let's find the beginning. Oh no, sorry. Now, the next thing I do is I do a little modification to the actual picture, the way it looks. Okay. A little color correction, let's say. So let's go here and let's go up to my favorites. Actually, you'd find this in Visual Effects, Color Adjustment. So I'm going to click that and drag that down. And that completely changed it. I don't know why the presets, so under Color Adjustment, it's these 3 values here. Plus 64, 298, minus 100. I don't know why they did. If you go back to 0 for all of these, that'll bring you back to exactly what you had before you dragged that down there. And then what I like, there's values that I use all the time. It's minus 6. Geez, now I forget it. 5 and 24? 5, 24? No. You know what? I'm going to open another one. See, I'm funny that way. I will I will, I get awful hung up on a little OCD, I guess. I get awful hung up on the actual values. So I'm just opening up another project to see what I normally use. For the longest time, I had the numbers written down. Here we go, -6, 5, 24. So it doesn't mean I have to keep those numbers. -6, 5, 24. Yeah, I did remember. I don't know why I doubted myself. So anyways, yeah, and if you want to see the difference between those values and zeros, you can just toggle this on and off. So you can see the difference. I don't know how much you can see that difference through the live stream, but to me, it looks quite a bit different. A little more saturation. And I dropped the brightness a little bit, but I just like that look. The colors pop a little bit better. Okay, so I've done that to this clip. Now I'm going to copy that, Control-C, and highlight these other two clips, Control-V. That copied and pasted the color correction. Okay, so now that's all done. Let's see. Now let's go find the beginning. So let's zoom in here. Before I get into this, that scene, for those of you who were here at the very beginning and saw the scene of the winter, that's because I was walking for 5 minutes holding my phone right here. That's where I got that from. Okay. All right, let's go find, I think this was a bad take here. One of the great ways you can use YouTube, start your own channel and use YouTube, is as a time machine, a way to speak to your future family generations. No, that wasn't it. I think this might be it. Actually, I'm going to bring this up a little bit. You guys can see what I'm doing here, yeah? Yes, it would make for a nice B-roll for sure. I'm going to bring this up a little. Have you ever thought about time travel? I think that's where I want to start. Have you ever thought about time travel? I have. I think it's a cool concept. I don't sound very upbeat there, do I? I don't know if I like. So this is when I start second guessing myself if it was actually a good one or not. But let's just, I just pressed S to split there. So I think that's where I'm going to start. Now let's just play this. Have you ever thought about time travel? Okay, so that might be the beginning right there. So what I'm going to do is take all the rest of this, highlight it, and I'm going to click and drag it to the end. I'm going to leave a space there. I think this is where I'm going to grab my video from. Okay, so let's just go back to the beginning. I'm going to hold Shift down, click and drag. Oh no, that didn't work. Click and drag. Wait, why is that not working? All right, we'll do it this way. Usually I can just click and drag that. Oh, what is that? Did I cut something else there? Have you ever thought about time travel? Okay, I don't know why I cut that. I didn't mean to. Let's just put that up there and drag this. You ever thought about time? Okay, no worries. For some reason I put a split there, but I didn't mean to. So now let's try this. Shift, click and drag. There we go. Now it's working. All right, so here's my video. It looks like it's going to be around 11 and a half minutes long. Okay, to answer Ketchin question, oh, somebody just answered, but yes, anybody can join a live stream. You don't have to be subscribed, and you don't have to be a channel member to join a live stream. Channel members, when they write things into the chat, when you type something into the chat, your name would show up in gold, green, and you'll get that little anchor emoji beside your name. Those are channel members, but anybody else can join whether you're subscribed or not. No problem there. All right, let's get back to here. Let's see if where I want to edit this. Have you ever thought about time travel? I have. I think it's a cool concept. I don't think you can go back in time. but you certainly can go forwards with YouTube. So I think I think of YouTube almost as a time machine or a time capsule, right? Where you can make videos today that can be watched later in the future. Okay, so now you get the idea of what I'm going to be talking about in this video. I don't know that I want to go all the way through that because, you know, that'll be boring. So instead of going through all that, I'm going to go. I don't believe I made any mistakes in this. So I will check it before I post it. But for the purposes of this live stream, I'm going to go to the end and assume everything in the middle is okay and I didn't have to cut anything out. And I'll show you how I do the ending, okay? Because that's where I add music and things like that. Okay, so let's go to the ending. And let's just see how I finish this off. If you are new here, then... no, let's go back here. So anyways, just something to think about. I think it's a cool idea to think about you. Something else in Camtasia, you can use the L, J, K, and L is kind of like backwards or forwards. You can speed it up. So I can press L to play. If I press L again, it'll play at twice the speed. So that's something you can do to speed up your editing. YouTube as a time machine, as a time capsule that people can then, you know, look at that years down the road and see how you used to live and hear what your thoughts are or were directly from you. Okay, so anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. Okay, that might be where I want the music to come in. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. Yeah, probably right there. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to drop a marker here, actually right on the clip. And I'm going to type music begin. Okay, just to remind myself that that's where I want the music to start. James, just to answer your question, did I script this out in advance? No. What I did, do I still have it? Where did I put that? Oh, back pocket. That's what I took with me. I don't know if you can see that. Is that too bright? YouTube time capsule. Just something to take with me when I was outside in case I forgot what I was going to talk about, but I actually never took it out of my pocket. I always do this just in case, you know, so in other words, I had bullet points in my mind. I knew what the title was going to be roughly, and I knew what I wanted to talk about, and you know, I spent probably an hour or so before I went out there, so I had a pretty good idea, but then I spent a good half an hour while I was out there, you know, doing the false starts for the intro, because you know, it's important to get your intro, delivered as fairly tight and quickly. Otherwise, you can lose. That's where you lose most people, is the very beginning of your video. So if you can deliver that intro really quick, that increases the chances that you'll keep more people watching for longer. Okay, so I may even actually go back and like some things I can do. Just do this right now. Let's go right back to the beginning. If I wanted to tighten this up more, this is how I would do it. Have you ever thought about time travel? Okay, so there, see, that was quite the space. I can delete that. So and you can use the audio waveforms as a guide, because that'll tell you where you're talking, right? Have you ever thought about time travel? So right there, right after that, I can cut it. I have. Right there, cut it there, delete that, and I'll bring this over and see what that looks like. Have you ever thought about time travel? I have. It might be too tight. So you can play around with it. Maybe there. Thought about time travel? I have. No, you know what? I don't think I like that. So it's a lot of trial and error. I have. Maybe I cut there. And there. Travel. I'm going to cut that too. So I do a lot of playing around with this, right, in the beginning. Have you ever thought about time travel? I have. I think it's a cool concept. I don't think you can go back in time, but you certainly can go forwards with YouTube. Cut it there. Cut it there and delete that. You certainly can go forwards with YouTube. So I think I think of YouTube almost. So I think I can delete all of that stuttering. So I think I think of probably there. Delete all that. With YouTube, I think of YouTube almost as a time machine or a time capsule, right? Where you can time capsule. Delete. Or not delete, split. Time capsule, right? Where you can make videos today that can be watched later in the future. Just going to try to, there we go. And what got me, I'll delete that one. Can be watched later in the future. And what got me thinking about this? Okay, let's just quickly see what this intro looks like now. Have you ever thought about time travel? I have. I think it's a cool concept. I don't think you can go back in time, but you certainly can go forwards with YouTube. I think of YouTube almost as a time machine or a time capsule, right? Where you can make videos today that can be watched later in the future. And what got me thinking about... How's that? So I just went Control S. Sorry, I do that subconsciously. It's just habit. Every so often, Control S, just to save my work. Even though I think Camtasia does it automatically anyways. So anyways, that'll give you an idea. Sorry. I don't know how long this live stream is going to go on for. I'm having a hard time with my voice. Yeah, let's go towards the end now. So to add music, what I'm going to do is we're going to go to Epidemic Sound. Let me bring Google down here, and we'll go Epidemic Sound. Now, I know what, so you can either search for types of music to use, or if you know what you want, you can favorite it and find it later. I know the name of the track that I want, so I'm just going to type that in. It's Evergreen Fields, and it's this one here, and I can see that I've already downloaded it. You can play it here. Okay, that's the music you would have heard at the beginning of this live stream and at the end of most of my videos. Not all, but most. So I can download it here. I've already downloaded it, but I'll show you the process. Right here, download the full mix in WAV format. So we'll download that. So now let's get rid of this. And I will bring this back here. Go back to my projects, YouTube Time Machine. Let's create another folder, and we'll call that Epidemic Sound. Excuse me. And I'll put it in there. Drag it down there from my downloads folder. There it is. Now I will drag that into here. That didn't work. Why not? I'm not sure what's going on. This looks like it is freezing up on me. Okay, what's going on? Oh, you guys don't see it. I think what you see is just my cursor, but I've got the little pinwheel going. It kind of froze on me. Sorry, guys. I will have to restart Camtasia. But while I'm doing that, why don't I just check the chats here to see if there are any other chats? Any other questions you guys might have? Oh, Prodigal, we have a Super chat. Thank you. From Prodigal Aquarist. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Says, I don't have a lot, but thanks for your help and sharing. My pleasure. I have a lot of fun doing this. My pleasure. Okay, here's a question from Stavros. Can you let me know, or let us know, the additional equipment you need to live stream? Right. So this time last week, I told you all that I was working on a video on how to live stream. It's not finished yet. So wait, no. Is that? Sorry. Yeah, so I am working on that, but I can tell you right now, the things that you need to live stream, additional equipment, it really helps to have a second monitor. It's not 100% necessary, but it really helps, especially if you want to share a monitor with people when you're live streaming, okay? Thank you, Lee. Lee just gifted 5 people memberships. Thank you so much, Lee. You don't have to keep doing that, but that's awesome that you did. That's great. So yeah, just what that's all about is every second Wednesday I host what I call doc parties, and it's live streams for members only. If you join the channel, and we had one last Wednesday, it was a lot of fun. That was the second one, and next Wednesday will be the third one. So it's every second Wednesday, and it's just a better chance to get your questions answered because there's only a handful of people in there instead of the 100 plus that come to these regular live streams. So thank you, Lee. So 5 of you at random are going to be gifted memberships, courtesy of Lee. So give Lee Hendrickson a thanks. Additional equipment you need. So you need a camera, you need a mic. Most computers have both of those, so you really don't need any external cameras and mics. But if you want to level up your live stream, then it helps to have an external mic. I have a shotgun mic that's plugged into an audio interface that plugs into my computer, or you can use one of these types of mics, like a little wireless mic that you clip here, and then the other end you would plug into your computer via USB-C. That's another way you could do it. So that covers the microphone. Then camera, if you don't want to use your webcam that comes with most laptops, maybe you have an external webcam, or maybe you want to use a camera like this, a DSLR, or maybe you want to use an iPhone that will wirelessly connect to a Mac. You can use that as your camera. And that's it. That's all you need for equipment. And in the video that I'm making, I'm going to show you how it all connects. You then need software. You could live stream directly from YouTube, but if you want to have some control over setting up scenes, like maybe a scene that has a camera and a screen, or 2 cameras, or you know what I mean? You want to share other videos even, you can create what's called scenes. And you can do that inside software, streaming software. Probably the most popular that I know of is called OBS. I found it a little bit tricky to get set up, but it is free. It's open source, and that's why, things that are free, you tend to get what you pay for, although it's quite a good product, and a lot of people use it, especially in the gaming community. I use Ecamm Live. I pay for that, and there's other services you could pay for. Ecamm is software that you download to a Mac, but you could also use browser-based live streaming software like StreamYard or Restream. Okay, that's not software you download. That's you go to a web page and you live stream through there, and you connect that to your YouTube account, just like I connect Ecamm Live to my YouTube account. Okay. Another way, you could live stream from your phone remotely, as long as you have a good cell connection, mobile phone connection, right? You can live stream outside directly from your phone. It's a little more challenging because any chats that come in will come in on your phone screen, and if your eyes are old like mine, you can't read everything. That becomes tricky. So I've done it once, and I'll do it again. But so yeah, that's all you need for equipment. So I hope that helps. What is your take on YouTube alternatives like Odyssey and PeerTube? I don't know really anything about them. To me, YouTube is the king, and If you want to maximize your views, I think YouTube is the place to go. So yeah, no, I don't have any experience with the other ones at all, so I really can't speak to them. But I would think, yeah, I guess what I would, if you really wanted to look into maybe using more than one, you'd want to look into, like, I don't even know if that's allowed. Like can you upload the same video to YouTube and one of those other ones? I'm not even sure. I don't even know. But as far as I'm concerned, YouTube's got everything you would need, and I don't know why you'd want to go to another one anyways. I'm sure there are reasons, but I just don't know what they are. The way I look at it is everybody in the world pretty much knows YouTube. And if you want to maximize your potential reach to audience members, YouTube is probably the place to go, because that's where most people, like the vast majority of people who are watching videos, are watching them on YouTube. Okay, so what camera and lens am I using right now? I'm using the Sony a6400 camera, and the lens is the Sigma 16mm f1.4 is what it's called. And together, and that one, because the f number is so small, that's what gives me the blurry background, and I'm very much in focus. This Sony camera has great autofocus, so if I move closer or further away, it's always focusing on my face, right? It knows where I am. So I love that. That autofocus is great. Hi, Daphne, how you doing? Upload first video in YouTube study license and distribution section. Do you pick standard YouTube license? Yes, I do. Just standard YouTube license. Yep, that is what I do. Terry, you have mentioned video editors in the course. I own both Final Cut Pro and Camtasia. I haven't gotten to editing in the course yet, but is Camtasia that much easier? So I don't have any personal experience with Final Cut Pro. But I'm a longtime user of Camtasia. I know a little bit about Final Cut Pro just from watching videos and whatnot over time. And so my take on it, my belief is that Final Cut Pro is a more powerful video editor. You could probably do more things with it, more complex things like masking and more advanced color grading and things like that, tracking, right? But I believe the learning curve to learn all those things is probably steeper than Camtasia. I think Camtasia is great for beginners to learn with. And once you learn one video editor, you know, all video editors are kind of the same in that there's a timeline, right? There's a canvas area to see what you see. There's an area where you bring your videos in from, and then there's usually a properties area where you can modify things, right? Change the properties of whatever you've highlighted. And you build most of your video in the timeline, you position things in the canvas. Those things are all kind of standard across all video editors that I've ever used. And so once you learn one, you can pretty easily learn other ones, right? So the ones that I think are good for beginners would be Camtasia, even CapCut, although if you're in America, be aware that if the US ever does decide to ban TikTok, CapCut goes with it, okay? Because it's owned by the same company. And I know when it was banned, I think for a day in January, TikTok was banned for a day or half a day or something like that. If you used CapCut and you were storing your videos in the cloud, which CapCut allows you to do, all of a sudden people had no access to their videos. So that was a bit scary. I don't save mine in the cloud anyways. Like with Camtasia, I do all my work on my computer, as I would with any video editor, because I want to keep my files. So yeah, be aware of that. But that is a good one to learn for beginners, CapCut. Filmora is another one. DaVinci Resolve is another one. There's a free version of that. So Final Cut Pro, though, is what you asked about. I think of that one as a powerful upgrade from iMovie. iMovie is a free video editor that comes with Macs, all Macs, and iPhones as well and iPads, I believe. But if you want, it's a basic one. If you want to level up what you can do in iMovie, Final Cut Pro, you can upgrade to that. So Final Cut Pro, Premiere Pro, which is available for Windows or Mac, and DaVinci Resolve, those are kind of the three big boys, if you will. That's the way I think of them. A lot of people kind of have moved to DaVinci Resolve as kind of the newer one, and it's more known for color grading. It's really good for color grading. But again, that to me, like for me, a lot of that stuff is more than I need it to do. Camtasia's got everything I need it to do. You saw the little bit of color grading I did in Camtasia. That's all I really do. Okay, I do a little bit in Canva when I'm making thumbnails, but not much. I just, modify the saturation and the brightness and something like that. But if you want to get right into it, like if you want to say, oh, I'm wearing a red shirt here, I want to change that red shirt to blue. I'm going to change anything that's red to blue. You can do things like that in DaVinci Resolve, the color grading, and I believe you can also do that in Final Cut as well. So anyways, kind of a long-winded answer. I'm sorry, everybody, but those are my thoughts. Can't make video on my YouTube app on phone. Why? I don't know. Well, you make your video. You don't make the video in the YouTube app. You make your video using your camera app on your phone, and then it gets saved as, in your photos or videos folder. I don't know what phone you have. On an iPhone, it gets saved in your photos folder. And then you could edit it on your phone if you want to. Like on an iPhone, you can edit with iMovie. I never do it that way. I export my iPhone videos to my MacBook and I edit on a computer. I just like the bigger screen. I don't know how people edit on their phones, quite honestly. Especially if you want to get right down into the details, I just find it too difficult. Let me just see what's going on here. Media. Okay. Sorry, just bear with me 1 second here. I'm just Time Machine, Epidemic. No, for some reason that's not working. Okay. Okay, so where are we? Oh, cover license plates. Yes, you can. Excuse me. I apologize. I've got a tickle in my throat. So that's a complicated thing to do in Camtasia, but it's easier to do in things like DaVinci Resolve and the more complicated, the more advanced video editors. You can actually track things. You can highlight it and then kind of run the video forwards and backwards and blur out that section. You can do that in those more advanced video editors. Now there is a way you can do something like that here in Camtasia. Is this still working? Yeah, but so for example, you can come up to annotations and go to the blur section, which is here, drag a little blur area. See that? This is a blur area. Let's say I wanted to blur out my face. I can cover my face like this, right? I can even change the intensity to blur it more like that. Okay, so I've set up a blur area.
Look at that, years down the road, and see how you used to live.
Okay, but it doesn't move. If you want that to move, you would have to add like an animation. So you drag a custom animation, and let's say at the beginning here, I want it to be here, and then at the end, I want it to be there. Okay, so it's not going to be
years down the road, and see how you used to live.
So you know how it's moving, but it's not perfect, right? You can animate it, in steps, like from there to there, and then let's bring another animation arrow down, and at this point, let's say I want to be there, and then another animation, that still looks good, and then another one, maybe there. So now you get this.
Years down the road, and see how you used to live, and hear what your thought.
Okay, so that's an example of what you can do. No, this is Camtasia. It's not CapCut. And yeah, I'm not sure how you animate in CapCut. I'm going to have to get into that, but animating things is super easy in Camtasia. It's just those animation arrows, right? It makes it so easy. And I don't know of any other editing program that makes it as easy as Camtasia does. In most other editing programs, you have to change add keyframes, and then it's just a little more. You can do a lot more with keyframes, but it's just to recreate it. It takes a lot of work. That's my experience with it, anyways. So, Kai says the blur effect in movement works great in CapCut. Tracking function. Okay, cool. I didn't know that, but that's great. Yeah, there's no tracking function in Camtasia at this point. This is how you do it in CapCut also. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, let's see if I have any other questions. Allison, hello Allison, how you doing? I did the silliest short because I am doing a 30-day challenge and it is at 1.4 thousand views. Isn't that the way it goes? So I love that you're doing a 30-day challenge. That's cool. So for those who don't know, that would be you're challenging yourself to make a video every day for 30 days. And that is a great exercise to kind of force you into the habit of making videos. And you get better at it quickly. Maybe Allison, you can let us know if you think it's helping. Yeah, that, if you get deep into it, you might start to forget or run out of ideas to make videos about. So you do something silly. And yeah, it's kind of a neat learning thing because you never know what video is going to take off. And I guess you found out that a silly video has kind of taken off on you and gotten 1,400 views. That's awesome. Love that. What is the best live streaming software for PC? Probably OBS Studio. That's free. Another one you could look at is vMix. That's software for a PC. And then other than that, you could just use the browser-based ones. So StreamYard or Restream. I've heard a lot of good things about Restream. Yeah, and StreamYard's quite popular as well. But OBS is kind of like the old standard. A lot of people use OBS. Okay. Yeah, OBS, very good for streaming. Does changing the title of a previously published video help or hurt? Yes and yes. I guess it depends on what you change it from and to. It could have an effect. And whether it helps or hurts you don't really know until you try. It could do either. It could end up doing better or doing worse, or it might not change anything. I find that changing thumbnails has the potential to affect it more, right? You change a thumbnail from a bad one to a better one, all of a sudden your click-through rate goes from 1% to 5%. That could make a big impact. Yeah, you could try that, but yeah, you're able to change thumbnails and titles as many times as you want. I would suggest though that if you do that, have a way to kind of track your changes, just so you can go back and see, if there has been a change. Okay. Question, do I start a channel, write a description if I'm 3 weeks to a month away from uploading a video due to I don't know where or how to edit or make thumbnails hard to learn? You can make a channel 3 weeks before you upload. Sure, absolutely. Making a channel and your channel banner and your avatar and having all that set up, if you have no videos in your channel, then no one's going to see it anyways. So that's fine. It's not like YouTube is going to say, oh, we have a new channel here. Let's see when they post a video. Like it's not like that. Like videos when you post a video, that's when things start happening, right? People will typically only find your channel through videos. Okay, if they watch a video of yours and they like it, they may click your channel name to go look at your channel to see what other videos you have. Okay, so I guess to answer your question, yes, I would set up the channel banner and avatar and all that stuff and your channel name. Set that up before you upload your first video. I love new yarn. More snow in my part of Ontario last night again. Wow, really? Yeah, Ontario's been getting a lot of snow lately. Good evening from Nigeria. Good evening, Nigeria. Simon from sunny England. Good to see you too. Jill says, do you still recommend Camtasia as your favorite editor? I do. It is my favorite editor. It's funny because it's probably not most people's favorite. Camtasia started out not as a video editor, but as a screen recorder, okay, as a tool to make tutorial videos look great. So if you wanted to make a tutorial on how to do something in YouTube Studio or how to do something in Microsoft Excel or any software, you can use Camtasia to capture your screen and capture doing whatever it is you want to do and record all that on your screen, and then use Camtasia to add, you know, bullet points and yourself in a camera, you know, down in a circle mask or something. Add voiceover to it, you know, pretty it up, basically. Add borders and things like that. So that's how Camtasia started, and it's evolved into just a video editor. So I don't even use Camtasia's screen recorder anymore at all. I just use Camtasia to put my videos together. In fact, I use OBS to capture my screen, or Ecamm Live, because I have that software in my computer, and I'm not concerned with capturing the cursor the proper way. Like if you capture your screen with Camtasia Recorder, you have the ability in Camtasia to scale the cursor up, to change the cursor from an arrow to a finger to a custom logo if you want, and change the path of the cursor. You can change all that in Camtasia. But I'm not too concerned about that anymore. I was when I was making tutorial videos for clients, when I did that as a freelancer. But today, now, when I'm making a video showing you guys how to do something in YouTube Studio, for instance, doesn't matter to me if my cursor is moving all over the place or how big it is. I can use Camtasia to zoom in so you can see what I'm doing, and I do that in the editing. But yeah, it is my favorite. I love Camtasia, but I've been using it a long time. So it's not as well known in the video editing world as like Final Cut Pro, DaVinci Resolve, Premiere, iMovie, those ones. Yeah, that's why you might not see it as often, but I love it. I love it, and I recommend it. Alrighty. Oh, there we go. I've been uploading 3 thumbnail versions for it to choose. So what he's talking about is when you upload a video, you can upload up to 3 different thumbnails for your video, and YouTube will do a test. So when they first launch when you post your video, YouTube will equally test out the 2 or 3 thumbnails you've uploaded, and then after a few hours, you can look at the results and see which thumbnail is performing better. It'll tell you, this one is getting 55% of the watch hours, this one's getting 45%. Great. And then you can decide to go with the one that's getting the higher percentage. So I do that quite often too. Very useful. Didn't you have multiple live streams lined up for last week? Yes, so that's a great opportunity for me to remind you guys, and I'll announce this when this is over. I'm going live again next week, not next week, tomorrow. I'm going live tomorrow. It's not a members only live, it's for anybody. And it's going to be me and my son. My son Liam is going to call in via Zoom, and I'm going to have him here, and it's going to be like one of those interview lives, the special live streams that I did towards the end of last year and the beginning of this year in January. It's been, I think, maybe early February was the last one I did with Maggie McCormick. That was a fun one. And I think I've done 6 or 7 of them. But yeah, he and I are going to chat about all things live streaming. So he live streams. He's 26 years old. He's a software engineer. He live streams games. And it might be fun to hear us talk about the differences between live streaming content like what I do and the stuff that he does. And what's important to him is probably different than what's important to me. So just kind of a fun experiment. think you guys might enjoy that, but I guess we'll see. We'll see if you like that. But that's tomorrow at around the same time. I think I'm going to make it 1:15 because I have a coaching call that goes right till almost 1, and I want a few minutes to make sure everything's working with the live stream before I go get into that. So, yep, that's tomorrow. I haven't posted a video for 9 days. Is this a problem? Small channel here. That's not a problem. You can take breaks. Like sometimes we need a break. I've been sick for the last week, so I haven't posted a video in 6 days, which is a long time for me. Take a break if you need to take a break. No problem. And there's nothing you have to do to start back up again other than just post that next video. That's all you got to do. How do you blur faces out of a video? I think you probably asked that before I showed you, but I did kind of show how I do that. It's a little bit cumbersome in Camtasia because there's no tracking in there, but yeah, there's an easier way to do it in other software. Apparently CapCut does it very well, but I can't demonstrate that right here. I have heard that you should change the YouTube file name before you upload your video, make it more specific, but I don't see that as an option, and it can't be changed once it's uploaded. That's correct. It can't be changed once it's uploaded. So where you would see that as an option, I'm assuming by the way you asked the question that you're uploading from your phone. Excuse me. And if that's the case, I don't know. I don't know how to change the file name from a phone. But if you're on your computer, you just, you locate the file name, the file .mp4 is the file, the YouTube file name, and just change it. Just change it in your file manager to another file name. And it is a good idea to change the file name to something that's a little more indicative of what the video is about. So, for example, if I come in here to this project here, well, I haven't rendered this video, so let me go to the previous one. Well, here's one. This video here. Here is my YouTube file name, or the video file name. Move videos from iPhone to external drive .mp4. Okay, that's what I called it when I rendered the video. I can just double click it here, and I can change the file name to whatever I want before I upload it to YouTube. Okay, so you can do it from a computer fairly easily. I'm not exactly sure how you would do that from a phone because I don't know that you can change phone file names. Maybe you can on a Samsung or an Android, but not on an iPhone. I'm not sure. But the reason people say that that's a good idea is because sometimes if your video gets picked up in search, like if your title or if your video is being found by people searching for certain keywords and all of a sudden your video is starting to show up in those searches, then it is helpful to have those keywords in the file name of the video as well, because if your video pops up in search, it may pop up in a Google search, not just a YouTube search. And if it pops up in a Google search, you may see the file name right beside the title, like in Google. You might see it there. Yeah, it helps, and it helps people identify what the video is about, basically. So it's a good practice to get into for sure. Okay. Just scrolling down here. Here's a question. Just curious, what skills are giving you the biggest payoff right now? Is it editing, scripting, thumbnails, or something else? That's a great question. I would have to, so if I were to pick one, it's a skill that I've just learned within the last year, and that's talking to a camera. Being comfortable talking to a camera. I honestly believe that is the biggest thing. That is more important than editing. Now, thumbnails are important because if people don't click your thumbnail, they'll never see your video. So there is some importance to that. But in terms of the biggest payoff, I guess that would be probably the fact that people are watching my videos for longer, and it's because I'm feeling more and more comfortable talking to a camera. So the better you get at talking to a camera, the better you'll get at retaining people, keeping people watching your videos for longer. And that is what YouTube wants. If YouTube sees that people are watching your videos for longer, they're watching all of your video more often, they will push your video out more to more people like the people who watched your video. Okay, and if that just keeps going and snowballing, you could wind up with a viral video, or even if it's just a very well performing video, that's great. So yeah, that's what I would say is if you can learn to talk to a camera, because the other thing is too. One second. There's no way I can talk for 3 hours today. I'm sorry. The other thing is too, there are a lot of people out there who are looking for ways around talking to a camera. They're trying to look for a way out of doing that. They're looking at AI, making faceless channels. Now, some faceless channels are good, like if you're doing crafts or art or something like that, and it's just your hands in the videos, that's fine. But I will say, I think it's even better if you put your face in your videos from time to time. But anyways, for those who put your face in your videos and get comfortable with that and get better at talking to the camera, those people are rewarded, because that's what people want. People want to see real people, even if those real people aren't perfect and they're not, maybe they're not, I don't know, they're not professional enough. They don't come across as being all that talented on camera. They're a little rough around the edges. Maybe they're not the prettiest people in the world. Doesn't matter. None of that matters. It just makes you normal, right? And if people want to watch normal people because they can relate, most people can relate better to normal people. So if you mess up on camera, it's okay. Own it. Say, I messed up. Say, I lost my train of thought. I say that all the time. I'll say that right in the middle of a video. And I'll leave it in, because people like that. They can relate. They get to know you better, right? So that's the skill I think that pays off the most. More than editing, definitely more than editing. I mean, you do need to know how to make a thumbnail, okay? But that can be very simple too. Yeah, I can't stress that enough. That will put you so far ahead of most people if you just put yourself in your videos. And like I forget who it was earlier today, somebody's doing a 30-day challenge. That is a fantastic idea. Make a 5-minute video of yourself every single day for 30 days. 5 minutes. Just sit down, talk to the camera for 5 minutes every day, and watch it back. You're going to hate it, but you'll be glad you did that. I want to recognize Tony. Thank you very much. Thank you, Tony Appleton, for the super chat. I really appreciate that. He says, learning so much from these live streams. Thanks so much, Rob. My pleasure. I really enjoy doing these. Good morning, Holly. How you doing? It's afternoon here. You must be on the West Coast. How do you decide your video topics? Are you using something like vidIQ to get ideas or find keywords? Sometimes I do. Other times I will just I'll spend time on YouTube, right? Learning things, just browsing. I'll search for most of the time I get my ideas from you guys in the comments of my videos. People ask me questions all the time and I answer them, and quite often when I answer them, I will write it down on my list. Say that is a good video topic. If there's a question that many people ask over and over, that is a good indication that that's probably a good video to make. That my audience, if a lot of people want to know an answer to a specific question, I can make a video about that. So that's how I get most of my ideas. But I also think, like, in my mind, there are two main types of videos that I make. One, or maybe three. One is how-to videos. When I'm sitting here at my desk and I'm walking you through how to do something in Camtasia or YouTube Studio or Canva or whatever it is, I'll make a video on how to do something. And that's a how-to video. That's one type. Another type is if I'm just giving either advice, me talking to the camera. Now I said 3. There's really only 2 types. That's the other type. But I'm going to break that one down into several different types. One is sitting here in my chair, right? Another way I could do it is walking outside on the trail. Another way I can do it is sitting outside with the fence as the backdrop or the ocean as the backdrop. I like to change the scenes up. So when I decide what I want to talk about in my next video, I may have 2 or 3 ideas, and then I'll look at my channel and I'll see, okay, well actually let's go do this right now. Let me bring down a browser window. Let's go to my channel and I'll show it to you guys. So here's my channel. Let's go to the video tab. So on the video tab, I'm showing them from latest. So that's the last one I did. Again, that was like an ad video. So before that, I did one in my chair, right? Okay, so I was inside. So I look for things like, what was I wearing? Black shirt. Okay, I was wearing a black shirt here too. So my next video, maybe not wear a black shirt. I'll wear something else. Here I was outside. There was no snow. Here I was outside in the backyard, tying rope. Also outside. So I tend to get better results with the outside videos, so that's why I do more of them. But I guess my point is, my last one was inside. So then I decided my next one is outside, particularly once I noticed it was snowing outside. I thought, okay, this is probably the last snowfall of the year. Let's make one outside, walking on the trail with snow. So when's the last time I did that? If we go back right here, I did one there. I was outside in the snow. So I did that again today. I wore the blue hat again. I wore this red sweater, not the blue one I usually wear. So those are the things I look at. So come up with 1 or 2 topic ideas. If I decide I'm going to make a video outside, then I look at my topic ideas and I say, okay, which is a good one that's just for me to talk about and not demonstrate on a computer, because I can't demonstrate on a computer if I'm outside. So I thought, YouTube time machine. I've had that on a card now written down for a couple of months. Maybe it's time to make that one. So that was my thought process today. I put the red sweater on, the hat, and it's going to have a different look. The thumbnail will look different than my last 2. Okay, so in that, I think those are the kinds of things that I think about. So I hope that helps. How are you doing for time? I'm going to say at 4 o'clock, which is 3 Eastern, is when I'm going to stop this live stream. So we've got about 35 minutes left, if that's okay. And I'll keep going through some questions here. Hey, I'm a drummer and I have issues finding what video ideas to make without playing covers because I cannot monetize them. That's a tough one. I don't know, because you're right. You can't play covers because you might get dinged for copyright because they're not yours. So yeah, if you want to make videos of you drumming, you're going to have to play other songs, or like maybe teach drumming, but they don't have to be well-known covers, right? So yeah, and I don't know, like that is a tough one. I don't know if I were to do, I would lean towards not showing people how you cover songs, but how to be a drummer, like how to choose the right drumsticks, how to you don't necessarily have to show off your drumming skills. Get into teaching people how to do what you know how to do, if that makes sense. And you can use some B-roll of you actually drumming, but only use very short clips if it's an identifiable piece of music. And then you just have to keep an eye on, like when you upload a video, keep an eye on those copyright flags if you get flagged at all. Because if you do, you can go into YouTube Studio and remove that part of the audio. You can remove that. YouTube's got some pretty good AI that'll help you with that. Okay, so I hope that helps. How many subscribers do you need to live stream? I have very few subscribers. You don't need any. You can start with 0. Unless you live stream from your mobile phone, you need 50. I don't know why that is, but you can live stream directly from YouTube, the YouTube app on your phone, you need 50. But if you want to live stream like I am from a desktop or from a MacBook, from Google Chrome is what from a browser, you don't need any subscribers at all. There's no minimum. Puerto Vallarta, that sounds fun. Mexico. Okay. Remember your roots with love, Christina. Can you upload early in private setting, then change it to public when you're ready? So say I upload Monday, but I want to release it on Wednesday. Would that be hurtful to my analytics? Not hurtful at all. That's done all the time. You can upload it. I mean, that's a lot of people do that if they're going to go on vacation. They'll upload, let's say they're going to go away for 2 weeks and they normally post 2 videos a week. Well, if they can have those 4 videos prepared in advance and uploaded and just schedule them for the 4 days they want them to be released, no problem. People do that all the time. I've nearly completed 3 videos, including editing. Yay me, yay! But it's a practical, instructional channel, and I've broken my arm. Ouch. Among other things, so having to put it on hold for a few more weeks. That sucks. Get well soon. Sorry, I thought there was a question in there, but I guess there wasn't. But yeah, no, that puts a damper in things for sure. What is the balance between a polished video and one that's authentic but less polished? How much should you post process? There's really no way to answer that. It's really up to you. You can try different things. That's the way I like to look at YouTube. Just try different things. The first time I did one that wasn't polished at all, I came right out and said that at the beginning of the video, and I think that endeared a lot of people to the video, and a lot of people watched it, and the video did really well because I started right off the top and said, I'm going to try to do this in one take. I hope I can. Apologies in advance if I mess up a lot. Come clean. And I wanted to show that I could do it and prove to you guys that you can do it too. But I don't always do that. Sometimes I try to pay attention to the rules, like, not rules, but good practices, like delivering a tight intro. Like I edit the intro as tight as I can to get to the point really quickly, because that's when you could potentially lose most of your people who click to watch your video. So yeah, I tend to do more editing in the very beginning, and then let it just be authentic from like minute 1 onwards. And just, I may cut out some things if I've messed up, but not a lot towards the end. Were you a DJ? All those things and I'd be a tangled mess. No, I was not. I'm self-taught. I think I have all this stuff because I spent 3 years procrastinating and shiny object syndrome. I felt I needed it all, and I don't. I don't need 2/3 of what I have. But it's a hobby too of mine. So, I kind of like the tech gear and the cameras and all that stuff. But honest to God, all you need is a phone and something that'll hold your phone, like a tripod. A good mic helps, and that's it. And a computer to edit it, right? I love my MacBook. But again, there's needs and there's wants, right? You could edit your videos on your phone if you wanted to. I think that would be hard, especially I need readers to see text up close, so I don't know that I'd be able to do that. I'd drive myself crazy. Yeah, you don't need, so I have a big monitor. I've got a 32-inch monitor. Might even get a bigger one at some point. There you go. Take another quick drink here. 131 people in here. Thank you guys. Thank you all for joining in. Okay. You can edit that in YouTube Studio Desktop website. Yes, you can do some minor edits to your video after you've uploaded it, for sure. What if you don't keep the live upload? Does it count? No. So if you do a live stream and you get watch hours and views, If you then delete that live stream, then you would be deleting the stats that came to you via that video. So no, you would have to leave it on your channel to keep the stats. Is there a way to change the live stream quality from SD to HD or UHD? Should be. Let me just share my screen here. Let's go to live. Now, as soon as I click on this, I'm going to mute the live audio. Now, as soon as I click on this, I'm going to mute the right there. Actually, I'm just going to pause it. If you go here to settings, quality, there you go. You can change it right there. Okay. That is how you do that. Yes, that was a live tutorial on video editing until my editor crashed. And I think I'll have to reboot my Mac before I can get back into that. So sorry, that was cut a little bit short. Okay. Oh, wow, what you're saying about future generations and why to do YouTube, that's exactly why I'm doing it. I just love that whole idea of leaving a legacy. So most of the people who watch my videos are over 40 years old. That's my target audience. I think most are in their 40s. You know how you can find that out? Right here. You go into YouTube Studio, you go to Analytics. I'm having some connection issues here. Here we go. And we go to Audience, and we scroll down. Here we go. Most of the people that watch my videos right here, 45 to 54 years old, 23.8%, and then next is 35 to 44 years old, and then next would be 55 to 64. So you can see who's watching your videos. Okay, 67%, so pretty much exactly 2/3 of you are male and 1/3 are female. You can see how people are watching my videos. Most are watching them on mobile phone. That's interesting. And you can go videos, shorts, live streams. Most people, it's still mobile phone, videos, yeah, and then top geographies, 45% of you, 46% are in the United States, 7% UK, 6.8% Canada. I'm in Canada, so that's interesting. The top subtitle languages, right? It's all interesting stuff. So anyways, why did I go there? Yeah, so that's the way I think of YouTube. I think what a cool way to reach out to your future generations, right? Your grandkids who aren't old enough to really take in any advice that you're ready to give them right now. Maybe their kids, right, who you will probably never meet. Wouldn't it be cool if you could kind of lay down some advice in videos and almost like and you don't even have to do this on your regular channel. I think of it more as, wouldn't it be cool to have another channel that's kind of family oriented, and it's where you talk to your future family members, give advice. Maybe you've got some advice you want to give to your 21-year-old grandkids, and you're not going to be around before they're 21, but you want to share the things that you've learned when you were 21 in the hopes to help them out in the future. I just think, I don't know, I just think it's cool. And me thinking, like, watch tomorrow's video and you'll see, but I kind of talk about, I don't know if you guys, how many of you guys ever seen the show Outlander? It's on Netflix. I'm in the middle of watching it now, and it's set in the 1700s, Scotland, and then later in America. And I don't know, it reminds me, because my family came from Ireland in the, I think, late 1700s or early 1800s to the Maritimes by boat, obviously. Yeah, I start to think, like, that's pretty cool. That's probably similar to what my family was going through. And wouldn't it be cool to be able to hear my family, my ancestors speak? We have that power now. We can speak now, and 40 years from now, people can watch us back. And the quality is potentially 4K if you make 4K videos, right? Great audio, great video, right? And that should not degrade like film would degrade over time. Cassette tapes degrade over time. Digital copies don't. As long as, we as a civilization don't blow ourselves up and we continue to, I was going to say evolve, but I mean, you know what I mean? Like progress, I guess, into the future, then these videos will exist forever, whether they're on YouTube or wherever, right? And people will be able to watch. And I just think that's so cool. It's like going back in time. For the people 200 years from now, they'll be able to go back in time 200 years and watch this live stream. So if you're watching from the future, hello. Maybe they won't even speak English in 200 years. Who knows? Marty, yeah, we have to go back. I loved that as a kid. Back to the Future. Oh, speaking of Ireland. Hi from Ireland. Can other people other than your subscribe? Oh, I've already answered that question. Yes. Yeah, anybody can watch. Okay, just looking for more questions. I'm going to speed up the scrolling a little bit, just in the interest of time. Thank you again to Lee for donating those memberships. The next members-only dock party will be next Wednesday. But tomorrow I'm doing a live stream with my son. He's going to Zoom call in, and we're going to chat about live streaming and take your questions if you have any. Okay. Oh, here's a question from Suan and comment. B&H is having their 2025 Build Expo June 17th and 18th in New York City, and it's free to attend. Bob, are you planning on attending? Bob, mean me, Rob? No, I wouldn't be going to that. Sounds cool, though. B&H, they're a big video and photography supplier. I've never actually bought anything from them, but I do understand they've got a huge place in New York City. That would be cool. You're right, Camtasia does not have a free version. They've got I think they have a 7-day free trial of the full version, and then you can decide to pay for it later if you want to. All right. Oh, hey, Jason. How you doing? Good to see you. Okay. Oh, good question. How often does Camtasia crash on you? I'm running the most current version on a MacBook Pro M2 Max, and it crashes several times in every project. Okay, no, it doesn't crash on me that often. I'm going to say, I mean, the larger the video file, the larger the project I'm working on, the greater the chances it will crash. I'm going to say maybe a couple times a week it might crash on me. Most of the videos I make aren't that long. Today's, I might have had too many. I have a lot going on right now because I'm live streaming and I had that running. I also have a 32 gigabyte RAM MacBook Pro. Mine's the M1 Max chip, so yours is a level up from mine. But no, it should be able to. I mean, I get in the habit of restarting my Mac before I work on a big project. And then I may have to do that a couple times if I'm working on a big project. You might want to make sure you have proxy videos on, or I think that's on by automatic now. But any large video files you're working with, make sure you convert them to proxy files, because then scrubbing back and forth becomes a whole lot smoother, and that might help. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, animation is used for anything that you put on the screen that needs to move. That's correct. So you can animate a blur region. You can animate the whole video itself. Or if you put a little video on a big video, you can animate that little video while the video is playing in the middle. You can put text on there and you can animate that. And when I say animate, I don't just mean move around the screen. You can have it rotate. You can have it rotate 3D. You can have the color change. What else? Those are the main things, I guess. But yeah, you can move things around like that in Camtasia very easily. How do you create better thumbnails? Those that the YouTube algorithm likes. Well, let me share this screen with you. Here is Canva, okay? This is what I recommend if you're not using Canva and you're struggling with whatever you're using to make thumbnails. I recommend looking at Canva. Now, if you're already using Photoshop or something else and you like it and you're good with it, then that's totally fine. But for those who are looking for an easy way to make thumbnails, I think this is the best way. I've been using it for many years. So let's just go in here. This is one of my thumbnail files. I was just messing around with this, so I can just delete that. So there's the last thumbnail I made. There's the one. So I keep them, all the thumbnails, in one file. And each one of these are a different page. So if I want to create another one, I would probably start with this duplicate page. There, I just created another copy of that. And then what I'll do is I will delete that. Then what I'll do is I'll go up to, I'll go grab a screenshot. And the way wait now. Here, let me just show you what I'll do here. So let's go back into our time machine and our recordings. And let's open this video here. And now I will, nope, wrong one. Let me open the third one. Okay, and now I'll show you what I'm doing. So here's a video file that I've opened. Now I'm going to scrub around in this video file to look for a place or to look for an image that I want to use as my thumbnail. So, and you can use the arrows to go back and forth. I usually spend a lot of time. I usually do this while my video is uploading to YouTube. Okay, I usually have about an hour. It usually takes an hour for my videos to upload. While that's happening, I'm looking for a thumbnail. So I'll do this. I usually like to have me off to the right side because I like putting text on the left side. And the main, okay, there's an interesting face. Maybe I'll go with that. Just going back and forth, or maybe just that. So anyways, let's say I go with that. So now on a Mac, all you have to do is go Command-Shift-4, and that brings up your crosshairs, and then you click and drag. This will take a screenshot and drop it in your Downloads folder. There, so that took a screenshot. Let's get this video out of the way. I'm going to go back to the Downloads folder, and now I'm going to grab that screenshot, and I'm going to drop it in here. There we go. So then what I do is I reposition it like this. I'm probably going to put the text over here somewhere. And then I want to think about what text do I want to put on the thumbnail. And if I want to, like if this is going to be YouTube Time Machine, I don't know. I'm going to ask ChatGPT what text to put in my thumbnail. I haven't given it a lot of thought yet, but let's, I don't know, we're talking about a time machine. Let's go. Okay, maybe, I don't know. And then maybe we make that a little bit bigger like this and put it there. Maybe I want myself to be a little bit bigger and a little more to the right like that. Okay, now if I'm happy with that, the next thing I do is I will, I want to enhance this a little bit. I want to make the blue a little bluer, make the red a little redder, those sorts of things. So I'm going to make a copy of this, Control-C, and then Control-V. So now I have a copy of it. Put it back in the same place. It's hard to tell where that place is, but actually we won't do it just yet. I'm going to remove the background from it. Okay, removing the background because there we go. So now I have the back without a background. Now I can put it right on top, right there. Okay, now I'm going to be able to, when I make changes to this image, it's only going to change me and not the background. Okay, so now I'm going to go up to Edit. And now, here, let's just make this a little bit bigger so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to go to Adjust, and I'm going to go, do I want to boost the brightness? See what this does? It just boosts the brightness or reduces it. Let's just go up a little bit. But what I mainly want to do is come down here to the colors. Here's blue. Let's select blue. And if I boost the saturation, the hat goes really blue. If we take it away, it goes gray. You see that? So I like to boost the colors like that a little bit. Let's go with this red color and let's boost that a little bit. Oh, that's too much. Oh, it's getting into my face too. Oh, I think that probably looks good right there. Yeah, all kinds of other things you could play with, but that probably looks good. And if you want to see the difference, you can just click on this and move it out of the way. You can see the difference there. It's subtle, but it's there. Okay, and then I will change this to Let's Go, and then I'll go Share. Oh, you can't see this. Sorry, I'll move this over here. I go to Share, Download. Oh, incidentally, if you want to do that background, remove the background feature, you can only do that in the paid version of Canva, not the free version. So now I'm going to deselect all because I have 63 thumbnails in this file, and I only want to download page 1. Done. Download. That's it. Thumbnail made with Canva. And I'll go to my downloads folder. Let's, I'm just going to double click it. There it is. There it is. There's my thumbnail. All ready to go. All ready to go and upload to YouTube. So that is how you create. I don't know if it's better or not. I think what makes a good thumbnail is if you do have a real background and not like just graphics. It'll depend on the type of video you're making, but I'm a real strong believer in real backgrounds, your face in the thumbnails, because you want to make yourself, I feel like you want to make yourself, that's what I want to do, the brand. You want to make you be your brand that people start to recognize. Yeah, it all kind of ties together. If they see you in all your thumbnails, they see you in your avatar, you know, they see you as soon as your video starts and you introduce your name. If your name is in your channel name, I think that's a good thing too, at least your first name, then yeah, people will start to know who you are. And it just helps build your channel. All right, so we got about 10 minutes to go here. So let me just go back to the chats here to see if we've got anything else. Here's a good question. Our most viewed videos are the ones where we went to concerts. The first one has 39,000 views, but we don't go to concerts weekly, and we only share snippets due to copyright rules. So how can we do this? Yeah, I think that's all you can do. You can only show snippets or, you know, muffle the music somehow, change the audio somehow or remove the audio. There are AI tools that can help you do that. But there's really no way around that. If you're going to put videos online, like on YouTube, you can't have copyrighted music in them because, you know, you'll get flagged. You won't be able to monetize those videos. There's just no way around it. It's not your music, so the owners of the music may decide, oh no, let's leave the video up, but I get the royalties, not the creator, right? That they have the ability to do that. Alrighty. Take a quick little drink break here. Alrighty, any other questions? Oh, thank you. I love how true you are to yourself and just plain talk. Great content. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I think that's the best way to do it, really. And maybe that's just me, but I just feel like, When I started this YouTube thing, I tried to be somebody else, right? Somebody else that I admired, a YouTuber, and I thought I want to make videos like that. And I tried, and it did not land well. It just didn't. It looked fake, and it was hard. It was hard for me to make those videos. And what I'm finding is, and it took me a while to figure this out, but it's kind of simple when you think about it. The easiest person in the world for you to be or act like is yourself. If you could just be yourself and get to a place where you're able to talk to the camera like it's a friend, right? That is the easiest person you'll ever try to be, if that makes sense. Because it's hard being anybody else. Unless you're an accomplished actor, the easiest person for you to be is going to be yourself. So if you could just be yourself and, be friendly, yeah. If you're a friendly person, I guess. I think friendly is better than not friendly. Alrighty. Any other questions here? I edit all my videos on my phone. Easier when I'm at work. Wow, good for you. That's good. If you can, people do that. People edit on their phones. I've actually never tried it. I don't speak highly of it just because, I've got a big phone. My phone is the Pro Max iPhone, and it's a big screen, and I still can't read it without my reading glasses. Like I have to hold it way out here and kind of squint a little bit. My eyes were perfect my whole life until I hit 50, and then it's like this world inside here doesn't exist. I can't read anything in here without these reading glasses. And so because of that, I just find that I feel like it would be hard for me to edit on a phone. But I should try it. I should actually try it before I actually talk against it. Because maybe it's not as hard as I think it is. What advice do you have for part-time YouTubers? Those with engaging jobs, like a medical doctor actively practicing and being on YouTube for about 3 years now. So I guess my advice would be, know where your bread is buttered. Like, don't jeopardize your job if you want to keep your job. And then on the others, you have to enjoy it. Like, there's only so many hours in a day, and if you only have so many hours to put to YouTube, don't try to overdo it. You know what I mean? Be careful of burnout. If you have a full-time job, then you perhaps can't make as many videos for YouTube as somebody who doesn't have a full-time job. And you need some downtime as well in there, so you can't just be go, go, go all the time. I do that a little bit too much sometimes, but and then I end up with a cold. That's what happens. But just do what you can do and no more. That's all. Like, you can grow a YouTube channel as slow or as fast as you'd like. So if you can only post a video every couple of weeks, do that, and that's fine. If there comes a time where you can increase that to once a week, then do that. But I would only post. Try to get yourself into a kind of consistent schedule where you can post so many videos, like at a pace that you can keep up with for an extended period of time without burning yourself out. That's what I would suggest. And thank you, Todd, for the super chat. Your YouTube channel, Pompano Beach Vibes, was inspired by you, and thank you. Using DaVinci Resolve 19 Pro for editing. Third video going up soon. Way to go, Todd. Congrats. Great to hear. Great to hear. I don't even think I've updated my DaVinci Resolve to 19 because I haven't used it in so long. I think I'm at 18.6 or something. I'm not sure. Oh, here's a question. Stephanie T. How do I do a video in a video? I.e., on the left side, it is me talking, and on the right side, it shows my hands doing macrame. How do I do that? So you would have to start out with 2 cameras. Okay, you got 2 cameras, one on you and one on your hands, I guess, and you can set them up however you want, and press record on both, assuming they have an SD card in them or their phones, right? Get them both recording, and then make your video. A good idea, if you're going to be talking in the video, then this will take care of itself. But if it's a silent video and you're not talking, you will want some sort of an audio cue to be able to sync them up, so you can clap your hands like that, and then you'd see that in both videos, so you can line them up in the timeline. And then what you do is you just put one video on one track, another video on the other track, and you would move them to where you want them in the canvas. I wonder if I can see. Yeah, this might be working now. If I come back to my screen here, yeah, okay, let's delete that. So this is a video. I'm going to save this now. Okay, so now let's say, so in Camtasia, okay, I'll take this other video here. Let's just take this little part here. You'd put your two videos, one above the other, each video on a different track. Now, right now, you can only see the top one, right, because it's filling the whole canvas. If I start making it smaller, you'll see the one underneath it. Okay? Does that make sense? If I take this one underneath, if I change and put this one down there, now this one is on top. You see that? Whichever one is on top in the timeline will be on top in the canvas. So that's what you want to do. So now, if you just change the size like this, so what I'm saying is you'd want to line up the audio, like you have to move one back and forth with respect to the other one to make sure the audio lines up with both of them. Okay, that's syncing them in the timeline. But once you do that, you just reposition them the way you want them. Now with it involves cropping. You have to crop the video. So let's say I want this one on the left. So what I'll do is I'll click on the crop here. Let's start cropping in like this, and maybe like this. Wait, now let's grab it and move it over here. And now let's go to this one. I want this to be full screen, but now let's move it over here. So this one I don't even really have to crop, but now I'm actually going to remove the audio in one of them because it'll sound crazy if I don't. And now I have two videos side by side.
Talking to a camera, how do they talk? Do they say
like that? And then the other thing that you can do if you're interested is, let me just move this down there. I'll put this back here. Something else some people are interested in is the whole picture-in-picture thing, right? And that is something like this. Maybe I want to crop in on, a face or whatever. There, I can just reposition it like that. Let's say I want that there, and now that's like a picture-in-picture.
Like, can I see myself in them?
Okay, so that's just a couple different things you can do. Again, each video will be on its own track, and then the one that's smaller that you want on top, you make sure it's on top, the track on top. Track 3 is on top of track 2. Right? All right, so hopefully that helps there. Let's see now. Val, I don't want to edit, so I only do raw videos. All right. If you can do it with just a raw video, then I'm impressed. I always have to edit something. Even if it's just the very beginning and the very end and leave everything in the middle, that's fine. But that's a little bit of editing. Chop off the beginning, chop off the end. There you go. But if you wanted to get into, I recommend you do some editing, and you can just start with the basics. Just that. Chop off the beginning and the end. Next level up might be maybe add some background music and lower the volume so that you can still hear your voice. Make sure your voice is much louder than the background music. You could do that. Those are some examples. You can add text, a title maybe. That's something else you can do. Can you edit a video after it has gone public? If so, how do you do that? Not really. You can do some minor editing in YouTube Editor once you've uploaded your video, but I would do that as a last resort because there's not much you can do in there. You can remove some audio. You can cut some things out. I just find it very clunky the way it works. A whole lot easier to edit in an editing program before you upload it. A whole lot easier. I have about 4 videos I made on the weekend. Should I upload one a day, or would more help with the algorithms? One a day is fine. One every couple of days is fine. Yeah, I would try to find a good, comfortable cadence that you can stick with. So if you made 4 videos on the weekend. So if you're going to do that every weekend, so you can make 4 videos a week, then maybe upload one every second day. That's a lot, but that's fine. Some people upload every day, right? Some people do upload more than once a day. But I tend to like to space them out a little bit better. Let each video breathe a little bit on its own, right? If you have so many subscribers and all of a sudden you release, say, 4 videos at once, well, only one of those videos are going to show up on their screen to click, right? So you may lose some potential traffic by uploading them all at once, okay? So I would space them out at least a day apart. And if you feel like you can make 4 videos every week, then maybe do it every second day, something like that, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, or whatever. All right. Can't wait till I have some stats to analyze. Do you have to have a niche? It really helps. It really helps because if you don't have a niche and you're making videos about everything under the sun, then if you get any subscribers from your first video, then when you come up with another video that's about something completely different, YouTube's going to test that on your subscribers first. If your subscribers aren't interested in it because they were only interested in the previous topic, then they're not going to watch your second video, and YouTube is going to think, even their subscribers don't like this one, we're not going to push it out very much, right? That's kind of the way YouTube works. So that's why it's good if all of your videos are kind of along the same niche. I mean, you can venture away from your niche every once in a while, but doing that too often is not necessarily good. If growing your channel is what you want to do. Love Outlander. Yeah, no, I never read the books, but I'm loving the TV series. They're in America now, where I am. Okay. Have you noticed if live streams helped or hindered your subscriber count? Helped. Definitely help. Definitely help. I can't really... All I can say is I did start making 3 videos a week at the same time I started going live once a week. And I think everything kind of helped, right? I was able to plug my videos with every live stream. Every live stream I'd start off by saying, last week, here are the 3 videos we talked about. If you have any questions, let me know. The next 3 videos or the next 1 or 2 or whatever I'm working on are this, this, and this. And we can talk about that and look forward to those. I'm hoping to come out with it on Friday. And you know what I mean? And then in the videos, I'd say, be sure to stop into my live streams. So, right, I was promoting myself from within. And I just think that's a great way to do it. And I also know that YouTube promotes live streams. So when I go live, I get new people into my live streams every week who have never watched a video. And they come in here through just the YouTube homepage. It'll pop up, Rob the Maritimer is live. And they might think, who's that? Well, YouTube probably showed it to them because they've watched similar videos to what my live stream viewers have watched or my subscribers have watched in the past. So it's YouTube trying to see if anybody else would like to watch this live, right? So I gain subscribers from my live streams every week. I'm going to say, I think with the last several live streams I've done, I've gained 10 to 15 new subscribers just from the live stream. Okay. And usually within that first day. So when I do a live stream also, like right now, this live stream is up to 894 views, which is awesome. 103 people are in here right now. I'll show you what I'm looking at. So you can see, I just share my screen here. So this is what I'm looking at. This is YouTube Studio. So I see there's 103 people watching right now, 898 total views, because some people come, some people go. Not many people stay for the whole time. In fact, on average, people are watching 15 minutes and 31 seconds, right? So they drop in, they leave, right? But what I notice is, if this ends at around 900 views, then within a day, the total views are probably going to be double that. And that's people watching the replay. Okay? They'll watch the replay of this after after the live stream has ended and the live chat has stopped. Then people can watch it like a regular video and they can comment like a regular video, right? So that's kind of the way that works. But yeah, I definitely noticed that it helps. It helps grow the number of subscribers for sure. Are you enjoying it doing all of these, or sometimes feels like pressure schedule? I enjoy it. I mean, I feel a little run down at this very moment because I'm getting over a cold, but I do enjoy it. I do. For anybody who does YouTube as a career, it can be a lonely career because you're working by yourself. For the most part, I'm in this office by myself with Peanut, with the cat. But for the most part, right? And so, yeah, this interaction I love. I think it's great. The coaching calls that I do, I love those. It's great. I get to meet some of you, one-on-one, personally, and that's fantastic. I love it. So, yeah, it's I don't just do these for actually the watch hours don't even matter anymore. Once you're monetized, you'll never look back at the watch hours. They really don't matter. Because you'll never go back below what you need. So at this point, it's all about views. And the longer you can keep people watching, I mean, the watch hours do kind of matter in a sense that the more watch hours you get, or like the longer people are watching your videos, the more YouTube will push your videos out for others to see. So it's important in that respect. No, I'm just working at growing the channel, right? Keep growing the amount of every new subscriber is a potential new coaching client, or maybe might be interested in a course that I come out with or something like that, right? So that's kind of the business behind the YouTube. But yeah, no, I enjoy it a lot. Is your program still open or closed for applications? I've been actually meaning to close it because I'm still kind of wrapping up some. There's still a few more people I have to get back to, but based on the ones I'm waiting to hear back from, I think it's full. But the way I'm going to do it is, if I can't start with people right away, then maybe in a month I can. So it's going to be kind of like a rolling thing like that. So yeah, that's. But yeah, if you click the link below, you can still apply for it. Just taking a quick look here. Yeah, it looks like there's been a couple of applications during this live stream. So very good. Yeah, so it's pretty much full or about to be. But if you want to apply, get it in now, and I'll get back to you today. Okay, I think I'm just quickly going through to see. Are there any other questions? Okay, there's a question here. Do you have to make videos your viewers want to see? I feel like I should make what I want. I think that will give me more longevity than trying to cater to what makes others happy. Am I wrong? It depends on what you want to do. If you just want to make videos that you want to make and you don't care about your channel growth, then go for it. You can do that. It's a hobby. That's fine. But if you are interested in growing your channel quickly, then you have to make videos that your audience wants to see. There's no way around it. Now it becomes, well, how do I marry what I'm interested in with what my audience wants to see, right? And that in there is where you're going to find your video topics. But you don't have to. If you just, because I've seen this before, I just want to make videos that I want to make. I don't care what people want to see. This is what I want to make. I want to make this. That's totally fine, but that's not going to build you a channel. If you want to build a channel, you have to think like an audience member. You have to try to identify who is my audience, who is watching my videos, what else can I help them with, what else do they need to know. Start answering those questions with videos, and those videos should do well. That's the way to look at it. And then just start listening to your audience. Again, if you want to grow it into, right, either a business or a nice side income or a full-time career, right? That's the way you kind of have to go about it. And that's a hard thing to tell some people. Like some people, just want to make a video about, them going boating and showing the sea and, showing, buildings in the distance disappearing. And, that's all relaxing and cool to see and stuff, but it's not the type of stuff that's going to keep people wanting to come back to see more of that same thing, right? Yeah, I get a lot of people that say, I've spent so much time making this video. I edited it to the nines. It's awesome. I got all kinds of cool techniques in there. It's like a little documentary. It's a small movie. It's awesome. It's something, if I were to do it for school, I'd get a great mark on it, film school or something like that. It's just a work of art. It is awesome. And it doesn't get views. Well, maybe, making entertainment videos is a whole lot harder, I feel, than making informative or educational videos. If you make videos that help people, inform people, help them solve a problem, those are the types of videos that people want to watch on YouTube. Those are the types of videos that people want to watch over and over and over again, right? It becomes hard, but you have to try to get out of your own head in what you want to see and try to get into the heads of the people who are watching your videos and what else do they want to see. Hey, Norma, how you doing? Do you have any recommendations for small channels on how to promote a small YouTube channel? Social media, ads? I'd be careful with that. So if you promote your channel, it could be a way to quickly gain subscribers and views, but they are hollow subscribers and views, and they could hurt your channel. That's my experience, not my experience. That's my experience and what I've heard from other people. I have never promoted any of my videos. I've never bought ads for any of my videos, but I have heard from a lot of people who have, someone came to me last week. They've got like 30,000 subscribers, but they're not getting any views. And every time they come out with a new video, they're getting like 10 views, and that's it. And it's because all these subscribers they paid for them. They bought it through some kind of a service, or it was an ad that, they got them that way. But it wasn't people that necessarily were interested in what, they didn't search for the video, or it wasn't recommended to them. So it's not a true fan. Okay. So it's empty. And those types of subscribers, when added to your true fans, are going to bring your average watch time down. It's going to bring your average click-through rate down, right? So now when you come with all these new hollow subscribers and views in your channel, if you then put out a new video, YouTube is going to see, okay, great, here's a new video. Let's put it out to all their subscribers. Let's see how much they like it. So now it's going out to all these new fake or hollow subscribers, and YouTube's going to see, oh, wow, only a 1% click-through rate where used to be they were getting 4%. Now it's 1%. This must be a bad video. We're not going to show it to anybody else. And that's it. So that's why I don't recommend promoting. The best types of promotion to do, I feel like, is self-promotion from within. And I know it can be frustrating because it can take a long time. But it's the way I did it. You promote your next video from your current video. You promote your next live stream from your current video. You promote your next video from your current live stream, and just keep, reminding people what else you're doing, and just keep hitting people with more and more useful stuff. Encourage people to comment and ask people questions and ask them to answer you in the comments below or in the live chat if you're doing a live, things like that. The more you can get them to engage with you, that's another metric that YouTube loves. The more engagement in your videos, likes, hit that like if you like this video, right? Subscribers, shares, comments, back and forth communication. The more of all of that, the higher YouTube will rank it, and the more they'll push it out to other potential people. And while you've got those people listening to you, tell them who you are. Tell them what your name is. Tell them when your next video is going to come out. Tell them when you're going to go live next. Tell them what you can help them with. Remind them that you do coaching if you do, or whatever, right? Or if they want to see you talk about something else, what else would you like us to talk about? You can do something like that. That is really the only promotion that I recommend. I don't even like, and I've made a video about this, I don't even like telling people offline about YouTube channel. I don't tell any of my friends about my YouTube channel at all. I don't even know of any of them who watch my channel, right? So yeah, that'll tell you one thing right there. I've got 45 or whatever thousand subscribers, and I don't hear from anybody outside of my immediate family. But even then, I don't hear much because I don't talk about it. A little bit, but not much. I don't promote it that way at all. But anyways, I hope that helps, give you something to think about. How did you decide what was going to be your first ever video? Should you make an introduction video as your first video? That's not a bad idea. That's not what I did. But what I did was, actually the first two videos I uploaded were were ad videos that I made for Fiverr when I was working as a freelancer through Fiverr. And I put those videos up on my channel just so I had something there. And then I decided I was going to make how-to videos for Camtasia, and I just started making videos like that. In hindsight, what I would probably do is just pick a niche, and I would talk to the camera. Like those first videos I made were very rigid, and I used a teleprompter and all that. They weren't very good. But if I were to start all over again, I might start with an intro video. Yeah, just, hi, my name is Rob. This is what I think this channel is going to be about, but you guys can help me figure that out as I go. In this video, I'm going to talk about blah, and I'll just, right, and it won't be very long. I mean, an intro video in and of itself is not going to probably do all that great. There has to be some kind of topic for it, unless you just want to make an intro video for the sake of having an intro video on your channel, which is fine. Upload that to your channel, and that's your first video. It's probably not going to do very well because you're not talking about anything specific. So it might not get pushed out there very much. But then with your next video, talk about one of the things you might have said in your intro video that you might talk about, and really narrow in start to narrow in on a niche then. So yeah, that's probably how I would do that. Let's see, where are we? Sorry, just got to pull one more thing up here. I lost where I was. There we go. Okay. How do you get verified to unlock the advanced features in YouTube Studio? You do that with a phone number, I believe. There's going to be a button where you can click to get verified, and I believe you just have to enter your phone number. And I don't remember, are they going to call you or I don't remember ever getting a call, but you might get a text code or something sent to you. But yeah, that is how you would do that. I'm losing watch hours daily for a week now. I had 1,300 hours a week ago. Now I'm at 1,100. Why? Forced to do 3 lives daily and playing playlist. Losing watch hours. So maybe what you're talking about is the number of watch hours you need to get monetized. Remember, it's what you need is 4,000 watch hours in the last 365 days. Okay, that's all that's counted, the last year. So every day that advances, you lose a day off the back end. All right. So yeah, you need to maintain that 4,000 watch hours in the last 365 days. That's the way that works. So that's probably why. So you probably, the days you're losing off the back end, maybe you were getting more hours watched a year ago than you are today. That's what that sounds like. Yeah, I would increase, just try to stay consistent and grow your channel and just keep publishing videos. Maybe you took a break and didn't post for a long time. That's what happened to me. Like my subscribers were increasing, and then it started to go, sorry, not the subscribers. Subscribers will probably always increase unless you take years off. But the watch hours for me was increasing, and I think I topped out in the, I don't know, 3,000 hours. But then I was off for like 20 months or something like that with no posting at all. And then the watch hours of the last 365 days started to go down until last March when I started to post more regularly again. So that's how that works. Jennifer is new here. Hello, Jennifer. Welcome. Black Man Explore TV. I'm working hard daily, bro, to balance the loss. I get it. Yeah, you have to enjoy it too. That's for sure. How do you schedule your live streams, Rob? Is it via YouTube or Ecamm Live? I schedule them in YouTube, but in Ecamm Live, I've already connected it, Ecamm, to my YouTube. So now when I schedule a live stream, I can just select my settings from the previous live stream, if that makes sense. And yeah, so I do that directly from YouTube is where I schedule it, and then Ecamm Live is where I launch the live stream, okay, because it's connected. And that's how I do that. All right, you know what, guys? I think I'm going to have to call it quits here because I'm running out of gas. It's been 2.5 hours. Unless there's any other last-minute questions, thank you guys for stopping in. Again, I've got another live stream tomorrow. That'll probably only be about an hour, and that's my son is going to call in, and we're going to have a chat. And you guys can ask him questions about live streaming and gaming if you want to. And we're just going to have a chat and see how that goes. Yeah, so that's tomorrow. But also before that, the video we started to edit today, I'm going to finish that tonight, and I'll have that out tomorrow. Okay, so that video will be out tomorrow, talking about leaving a legacy and using YouTube as a time machine. I think it's kind of a cool idea. I love the thought of that. But yeah, that said, thanks, guys, for stopping in and putting up with my raspy voice. This was fun. Tomorrow's live stream, video tomorrow, and then I'll be back here next Tuesday for the regular live stream again. So until then, I hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next time. All right, guys, bye.